What's going on, everybody? Working on my beloved YZ250. Well, it's really a 270, but irrelevant. I hadn't ridden this bike in summer weather in quite a while. I usually am one of those fair weather riders, cooler weather, pleasant. I'm not trying to die out there, I'm no young buck, so I'm just trying to get out there and have a little fun. However, I've been doing a little bit of riding over the summer, and down here in Atlanta, Georgia, it can be pretty hot. It can be 90 degrees, 95 degrees Fahrenheit. It can be very high humidity also, and that definitely affects carburetor jetting. If you haven't ridden since maybe last winter, when it's 65, 75 degrees Fahrenheit, lower humidity, and you have your jetting set up just for that, and then you try to jump out there when it's 95 degrees or 90 degrees and high humidity, a two-stroke might not even want to run very well without significant air screw adjustment, even idle screw adjustment. This bike is usually jetted spot on for me when I usually ride, but I fired it up and it was a lot warmer and more humid, and it honestly would not idle. Even though I had not changed anything, I had flushed the fuel out, put fresh gas in it, everything was fresh. But, it was rather odd that it would not idle unless I did a lot of idle screw adjustment and air screw adjustment. So, that told me my jetting is way too rich, basically. So, what I'm going to do a little quick rundown of is, just how to get the carburetor off, because as you see, there's not a lot of room in there. If you're going to want to change out your main jet, your pilot jet, maybe adjust your clip on your needle, there is not much room in there to do it. So, I always just remove the whole back end of the bike, because it's only, these 3 bolts, this one here and the 2 on the sides of your subframe, and then just loosen a couple of clamps on your carburetor, and then remove your fuel line, and you can remove all of this, and it just gives you a lot more room to work with in there to get the carburetor. Even if you're not going to remove the carburetor, it still gives you a lot more room, but I'm going to remove it and adjust the clip on the needle as well as the pilot and main jet, and maybe just have a look in the float bowl just to make sure there's no debris or dirt or trash in there. It's very quick and easy to do, so why not do it, while we have it all apart. So, it depends on your bike, but mine is only 10 millimeter up here, 12 millimeter here and here, and honestly, you can keep the seat on and do all this if you want to keep everything intact, but, it may be time to take a look at the air filter also. So, I use just T-handle wrenches because they're so easy and so quick. You can get these at pretty much any online motorcycle store. T-handles are just so much easier than trying to use a ratchet, or your standard wrench. T-handles are the bomb, man. They're just so quick and easy. But yeah, just to remove the subframe back here, there's only these few bolts here. Listening to the pregame for the Atlanta Falcons football game tonight, so that's what you hear in the background. Anyway, we've got this. It's really very quick to get to all this. There we go. Seat is off. I need to, clean my air filter anyway, so. Alright, and then this main long bolt here, and watch how easy this is. You may have to give it a little tug to get the boot disconnected, but the whole rear end comes right off. You keep everything together, makes it real simple. You can just hang it up in the ceiling or set it off to the side, whatever you want to do.